It's the second Tuesday in 2024 and Christian still hasn't turned up. How much longer do I have to wait for this bloody win? Anyway, where was I? Zone 3 for me again. And I haven't got a problem with this week because if I look at the line of where mine was up to where the winning average cross was, it's not far off the same sort of vertical line, is it? There was a comment left last week which confused me, and I may have just misunderstood it. Somebody had said that he's not looking in front of him if you look at the picture. And I didn't quite understand that, because where else would he be looking? If you look at his eyes, his face, but he's not looking to the side. So he has to be looking in front of him. And indeed, the judges thought the same. So I didn't quite understand that comment. And Andrew said that the height is a problem, and that indeed was the problem, because a lot of you guys went a lot further down, a lot of you went further up. That's why it was roughly around the average in the middle. But yeah, it was higher than I thought he was going to be. But this guy at the back was always a problem. You can't really see from his eyes how high he's looking, and it was guesswork as to where, how high he was going to be. So yeah, I can't really complain about it this week, because I had this guy's eyesight more or less tidy. It was just the height that was getting thrown out for me with the guy at the back. Let's have a look at the judging. See, that's quite a narrow band from the judges there. They've if you look at the lines they've drawn from this player in the front, it's basically exactly the same as the lines I drew last week when I said I'd put my first cross in there. Because I said I was going to draw up from this eye, up from that eye, and to get an average, I'd gone more or less in the middle. And they've done, where they've put them is basically exactly the same as I did last week. But of course, this guy at the back is gone higher. Not too bad a cluster. We got the same as we did. I don't think they went as low as we did, but one of them has gone quite high up there. But a narrow band from this guy at the front going straight up. So it was obviously always going to be in that line somewhere. That was obvious, because that's where he's looking, isn't it? But it was this guy at the back. It was always going to be a problem of how high he was going to be. And if somebody went down here or somebody went up there, I think you couldn't really criticise that, because, it was guesswork. It was what you preferred. Your own sort of judgment, the way you looked at it. So, yeah. So, congratulations to the winner. I haven't watched the video yet. I saw the screenshot thing. I could see the guy won a mini. Looked like an old fella too, so well done to him. But I will watch it later on. I always watch him, because I love to see the excitement on their face when they open the door to Christian or whoever it is that week. Let's have a look at this week's picture. I've only just had a quick look at it and stuck a random cross in there, because normally I do it while I was working, but on my company laptop now they've blocked out any sites that are anything to do with gambling, so I can't look at it all day, and I just had a look at it. Let me freeze that there. I just realised I dropped a clanger. I was moving on to this week's photo without giving the actual judging result of what went on here, so I've had to pause it. That top cross in the picture, they took out, I can't remember whose it was at the moment, and they just used the average of the 7 crosses below it. So apologies for that, guys. I forgot to do that when I was recording the video. I only realised now, as I'm editing it, that I didn't skip to the end to see what the judges had done. So that's what they did. They took that top cross out, but only that top cross. Anyway, on with the video. Alright, well, here's the one cross that I put in there about half an hour ago after looking at it for about 4 minutes. So don't be too critical now in your comments, guys, that I'm miles out or whatever. It's just a brief look and I stuck it there. Alright, let me explain why I've stuck it there. So the only 2 players we can really go by is a fella right at the back there who's looking up, and the fella down here on the left hand side, because these 2 other players are both jockeys that they stuck into the photo and photoshopped the horses out. Look at their arms. They're riding bloody horses, aren't they? So I've had to draw lines from these guys up in that sort of direction. There. Now, height is an issue again, so we've only got this other guy all the way down here, miles away on the left-hand side, to try and decide how high he's looking. So I've gone, first of all, my first cross in that sort of direction. So if I look at some laser beams through his eyes, yeah, he's roughly looking in that direction. He might be looking a bit higher, but he's so far away from the other player, it's hard to get an exact coordinate. So that's where I am at the moment. Like I said, these two here, these jockeys, these are useless and have no relevance to the picture. So we've only got 2 sets of eyes to go by. So I don't think he's looking vertical. I think he's looking slightly to his right, which would be our left. So I've put it slightly over to the left a bit, but in the middle of the 2 lines like I did last week. And this guy, it sort of could be anywhere because he's so far away. But that's where I am at the moment, and that cross is 24111004. I'll put that as the first coordinate in the comments. So if you wouldn't mind, guys and ladies, because there are a few ladies that play and comment, leave your coordinate, and we'll have another video on the weekend to see how the average is going to be. And I'm laughing because the last couple of weeks, the average hasn't been too good. Usually it's pretty close. It's usually zone 1 at the worst zone 2. But the last 3 weeks, I think, it hasn't been particularly good. But it's only a guide, remember? It's only, you know, the average isn't even that important. It's about how everybody else sees it. And are some of them seeing it high to the left, to the right? Are some of them seeing it low? And that's what we want to think is that a reflection of what the judges are going to do? So the average is not really that important. It's being able to see, you know, 10 or 20 crosses on there to see what people are thinking. What's their reasoning behind it? Also, I want to hear how you got on. I don't know what to say this week about how people would have got on, because I don't think there was that many had gone that high. But perhaps you had. Perhaps you're in the runners-up and the closest cars. I hope you are. Right, let's move on then to... Oh, I know what I haven't done. And I forget this every time. Putting a target in there to see how it looks briefly. Although I think I usually do this on a Saturday update. I don't usually do it in the on the Tuesday video. How does that look there? Does it look like those 2 players, discounting the jockeys for a minute, does it look like the other 2 players could be looking in a zone 1? Yeah, it does. It does at the moment. But I'll wait to see what you guys do. Right, let's move on to Revcomps, my favourite game of all of them. So up until today, I'd only done 2 tickets on this van for Thursday's draw because it comes with 10 grand and I was going to spend some of that on kitting the back out into a bit of a day van, weekend van, stick a long bench in there that I can use as a bed and, you know, sink and a cooker and stuff so I can bugger off on weekends. There was nothing else there really I fancied. I like them all, but there's nothing I was going to commit my money to. And then last minute today, while I was buying tickets for next Mondays, I thought, oh, do you know what? I'm going to stick a ticket on this Audi RS7 because it's got a 70k cash alternative. I know it's only 1 ticket and it's like they're selling 20,000. But I looked at the entry lists for after last night's draw to see how many tickets the winners had bought on the 2 vehicles that I bought tickets for. And the Ford Focus Active X, I only had 1 ticket on that. But the guy that won it had 10 tickets. So fair play to him for making that much commitment. And, you know, well done for winning that. But the other guy that had won the camper van only bought 1 ticket. And again, fair play. He bought 1 ticket, took a chance, spent his money, and he won with the 1 ticket. So I've seen it many times where people win with just 1 ticket. So I've got 1 ticket on that, 2 ticket on that. And then they added then... next Monday's cars. And at first sight of next Monday's cars, there was nothing there that caught my eye that I think, oh, I definitely want that. But there was nothing there. So I looked at them all again, one by one, and had a look. And then I decided that I want to buy tickets on something to be in it. Because I haven't missed a draw for, well, probably since I won last July. So I did buy one on this RS4 carbon black. I don't normally buy tickets for these big expensive performance cars because I would have nightmares about repair costs. But this one is a 2023 model, so it's got a couple of years warranty to go yet. So if I won that, I would probably keep it for a little while it was still under warranty. I know you've got to take it to a dealer to have it serviced properly to keep the warranty in play, but I would do that. I don't do a lot of mileage in a car. I don't use my own car all week anyway. I only use it on a weekend for joyriding. So I had a ticket on that, and I also had a ticket on this Land Rover Defender because it looked really nice. My one concern was it's a 2021 model. When I looked it up on the app on my phone called Vehicle Smart, I put the registration number in, and it said it was registered on the road in, I think it was April the 19th, 2021. So it's probably got about 4 months warranty left. So I probably would run it for a month or two just to get some enjoyment out of it. And then I'd sell it on, out of the way, because I've got no use for a Land Rover. But I just like these new Defenders. Audi TT, I don't want that because I'm not gay. Ford Focus RS Mount Tune, 375 brake horsepower. Too loud and shouty for me, those days are gone. Mini Cooper, I'm not a hairdresser, so no. I do like this Mark II Ford Escort 1980, but I haven't got a garage, so I got nowhere to keep it. And you can't leave that out. It's a 40-year-old Ford. It would be stolen by the time I got back from the chip shop. It would be gone in no time at all. So I wouldn't get any use out of that. And there's a 2015, the old style Land Rover Defender. Now they stopped making these in January 2016, so this must be one of the last Defenders. These are popular and they still fetch good money. I'm not sure what the tickets are on this, the price, but they still fetch good money, so that's almost like an investment doing that. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've done well. Let me know how you get on, and leave a coordinate for Saturday's update video. So thanks all, and good luck.